What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Wasp Network. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. How do you make audiences care about a lesser-known real-world espionage story? Now that's the tough part. And if Wasp Network proves anything, is that there is such a thing as being too ambitious. Don't get me wrong, I was a fan of director Olivier Assayas's previous films, including Personal Shopper, which I adored. And although I had not seen his Carlos miniseries, clearly topics of politics and revolution are something that Olivier is quite passionate about. But while Wasp Network is really great to look at, it's a sight for sore eyes. Everything is bright and beautiful. The movie itself lacks heart, and it doesn't offer enough thrills. The narrative gets stuck in trying too hard to cover too many grounds. So instead of a riveting spy movie, Wasp Network ends up being underwhelming and easily forgettable. From writer-director Olivier Assayas, based on the story of the Cuban Five, aka intelligence officers who were arrested and convicted of espionage, in Wasp Network, Edgar Ramirez plays a Cuban pilot who stole a small plane and leave his wife, played by Penelope Cruz, and his young daughter behind in the communist island nation to defect to the United States and begin a new life of freedom in the early 1990s. But he's only the beginning. He's joining forces with a group of Cuban exiles in South Florida known as the Wasp Network, led by undercover operative played by Gael Garcia Bernal. They are a pro-Castro spy ring tasked with observing and infiltrating Cuban-American terror groups intent on attacking the Socialist Republic. Because the film feels like nothing more than a string of events, none of them really leaves a dent. This film feels so episodic. It frequently fades to black in transition to another situation that moves on from the last. This style of fragmented storytelling might work best for a more personal, intimate, slow-burn human drama, but something like this that badly wants to be considered as epic, audiences want to see a more connecting, a more involving arc. Regarding what I implied earlier about the film lacking heart, Wasp Network uses Wagner Moura and Ana de Armas in the roles of the couple with a rocky marriage as an excuse to give the drama its edge. The result, unfortunately, is just them occasionally arguing and yelling at each other without us caring about any of it. Comparing that with the pairing of Edgar Ramirez and Penelope Cruz, also in this movie, neither of them are more compelling than the other. So, you have this spy stuff going on that just forces you to go with the flow, and then you have these relationship stuff that just simply plays to the tone instead of driving the characters' emotional shifts. It's really disheartening when you think about it, because you have these amazing star-studded, stellar, gorgeous casts, but the material doesn't live up to what they can actually pull off. I think some audiences, especially those with strong ties to the Cuban culture, will have their opinions on whether or not this movie is factually accurate, whether this movie says the right thing or the wrong thing about Castro's regime. They will judge Wasp Network based on their political perception of that country. But in conclusion, I think Wasp Network should have come in the form of a mini-series instead. Maybe then people would at the very least pretend to give a damn about this lackluster film.